Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
I've been waiting for so long. Now those feelings are so gone. I don't care what else goes on. We will take you away in the night when you see me, and I'm feeling free. Leave me to play.
We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We fill the place with our entire face splitting, bass driven gunfire.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer
Well, good evening, everybody. 6:30 p.m. IST means it's your time for the daily dose of the live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season. Now, everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India, my heartiest welcome to all of you joining us about now. We are going to begin with the games: Clash Royale, Best of 5, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive in the order I just told you about. And of course, this entire hullabaloo has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zowie by BenQ, and organized by Norton Gaming. For those who are wondering, who is this guy who keeps coming every day while the matches get done before them? My name is Vagish Gotslephan, and I'm the guy who takes you through these games as and when they happen. Smooth. Okay, alright, but moving on, let's have a look at what's in store for all of you guys today. Alright, talking about today's game, we have the best of 5 Clash Royales happening first, like it happens every day. We have Prashant Pandey facing off against Vikram Asopa in a live stream match for you guys. Whereas off stream, we have Jimit Bhatt having a showdown versus Tahir Devil's twin Shroff. Now, moving on to Dota 2, we have the Council having a go at Aggressive 5. Whereas off stream, we have Entity Gaming having a showdown with Foam Medical, the team from Nepal. Whereas in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we have a single match happening today. We have a match between Entity Gaming and Team SemperX lined up for you guys. So now that we're at it, let's quickly take a look at the Masters League standings for the game of Clash Royale. Alright, talking about Clash Royale, as you guys can see on your screens as about now, we have Hasib Iqbal Nazir, that behemoth who has just been defeated once. It took one entire phase and more than half of the phase to get one loss from this guy. Now he stands on top of the table with 15 points to his name with 6 matches played, out of which he's lost only one by the hands of Marin, which came as a surprise because Marin is a guy who was undefeated last year, and this time around he's had not really that great of a show. Now Prashant Pandey, another surprise entry into the second spot. He's got 9 points to his name out of the 4 matches he's played. He's won 3 of them and lost only 1. Whereas Mrinmoy Laka sits in the 3rd position. He's got 9 points, he's played 5 matches, and he's lost 2 of those 5 matches. Now Ruben Riconia stands in the 4th position with 6 points to his name. He's played 4 matches, he's lost 2, and he's won 2. And the same story goes for Tahir Devil's twin Sharif, who stands in the 5th position. He's exactly got the same stats. He's got 6 points, he's played 4 matches, he's lost 2, and he's won 2. Now moving on to Jimit Bhatt, who stands on the 6th position. We have him with 6 points. 5 matches down the line, he's lost 3 of them, and Vikram Asopa too has a pretty much same story to say. He stands in the 7th position with 6 points, 5 matches played, and 3 losses. Now Deepak Mehdi has an appalling run this phase, and he stands on the bottom of the table with 3 points and 7 matches played, out of which 6 were losses for him. Now, while we're at it, let's quickly have a look at who these players are who are having a showdown today. Now, we have Prashant Pandey going off against Vikram Asopa here, and Prashant is based out of Bangalore. Now, he stood 5th in the Clash Royale Summer Season Phase 1 of the Masters League, and he's turned out to be a giant killer this time around, as he has beaten strong players such as Marin and Devil's Twin already. Now, unfortunately, his clear track record suffered a defeat against Challenger League player Ruben. And Prashant now has 12 points from the 5 games he's played and currently stands 2nd in the Phase 2 of the Clash Royale Master League standings. A win today will definitely place him on the top of the charts given his match point difference. Now, a little bit about his opponent, Vikram Asopa. Now, he hails from Coimbatore. He's pursuing a degree in BA, Business Administration, and he has been playing Clash Royale since the very beginning. Now, he did play at the ESL India Premiership Challenger 2 last year. He also played in the 2016 Masters of ESL India Premiership last year, and he was one of the top 4 players there. Now, he did get placed 4th in the summer season Phase 1 of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Clash Royale Master League, and in Phase 2, which is the ongoing phase right now, which is more than halfway across the mark, well, he currently resides in the middle of the table with 6 points in hand. Today, he plays the last game of his Phase 2 campaign, and a win today will definitely improve his chances of remaining in the Masters League, as a loss may force him to go off into the relegation zone. So will Vikram Asopa be able to handle these onslaught from Prashant P. Pandey, or will Prashant P. Pandey bow down to Vikram Asopa's might? We'll find out. We'll find out as and when the game happens, because this is going to be casted by none other than Manoj Supergola and Shaurya there. And a reminder for everybody joining us, if you guys are itching to be a part of the ESL India Premiership, like every time we see the comments, you guys are asking how to become a part of it. It's a simple process. There's a link on your screen right about now, and all you got to do is follow that link, go to the page it takes you to, register for the games you want to participate in, and done. You're done. You're a part of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 3, the registrations for which are open right about now. And guys, remember, there are tutorial vids on the ESL India Facebook page which might assist you guys to help you guys and aid you guys in registering for the games you want to take part in. And for those who are wondering how the entire system pans out this time around, it's a pretty simple thing. We've got 3 seasons, summer, fall and winter, and each season has its own 3 phases with concurrent games. We have Clash Royale, we have Dota 2, we have Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and each phase has its own registration period each time a season happens. So right now in the summer season, we're more than halfway across the phase 2, and the playoffs are literally around the corner. So who will get relegated, who will get promoted, it will soon be very clear. But right now, let's focus on the best of 5 of Clash Royale between Prashant P. Pandey and Vikram Asopa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the day 11 of ESL India Premiership's daily stream. This is phase 2 of the summer season. This is Manoj Supergola, and with me is...
Hey guys, Shaurya Dominant Recluse Kumar here, and I missed yesterday's epic game apparently, and I'm really sad, so I'm not going to talk about it.
you are really bad at this. How could you miss Bryn versus Hasib and Hasib getting 3-0? How could you miss that? How can you call yourself a Clash player? How can you call yourself a guy who loves esports? Huh? What is wrong with you?
I mean, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell my cousin to have a baby a day later, okay? That's not how it works.
That is how it works. There are drugs for that.
Okay. We're gonna see
Esports does not
Prashant.
wait for babies, okay?
Oh, that log leaving one goblin alive, but that's fine. Getting back to the game, guys, we have Prashant PP Pandey versus Vikram Asopa here today. So Prashant is actually, I think, around 5.2k ladder trophies. Even though, like, of course, that doesn't really matter in tournament setting, but I guess that does make him the favorite to win this match.
Or the
Prashant seems
person
to,
who's most tilted. How many trophies was he at last week?
he was much lower actually. He climbed to about 5.5 and then he fell again. So yeah. That log, man, just missing those skellies. That can be a little bit of a problem. So we are seeing Asopa basically play like a chip damage deck along with the barrel and the miner. We are seeing a
Unfortunately,
princess.
the chipping is being done by Prashant right now.
Yeah, but I don't know why Prashant is again split his damage so much. It's something we've talked about time and again, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so that goblin, those logs, man, they just end Asopa's game so fast. Each goblin barrel gets logged, and that's just a one elixir positive trade for Prashant right there.
I guess Asopa now has to get creative with his barrel drops.
So no, this is a good push by Asopa because Prashant does not have, he did not have the login cycle, and he did have to like go through his cards pretty quickly for that one. Again, since Prashant, this is good play, guys. This is how you play Asopa's deck. He's actually playing really well. Although Prashant's deck is geared to essentially counter Asopa's deck quite well because he does have a lot of answers to swarm troops. But again, Asopa is running Inferno Tower. I'm not sure why he placed his Infernotar there and not a little closer where he could get the crossbow as well because yeah, the log is going to happen. We saw the miner come out. I didn't even notice it with the strong skellies. So who
So
do you think
that
is going to win
crossbow is going
today?
to finish off the tower. I think at
Nope,
least
it
this
is
round, right?
not.
No, at
It
least
is
this round,
not.
it is not going to finish, but at least this round, PP is going to win this round, I would say. It's going to go
Are you
into
sure?
overtime, yes, yeah, but he
Yeah,
does have the
one log
fireball.
finish off the tower. He doesn't even need the fireball. The log finishes the tower off, and there it is. Game one goes to Prashant.
So that's a pretty back and forth match, but I guess Prashant was always in the lead for the most of the match.
He was in the lead, but that wasn't particularly clean Clash Royale, I must say though. I mean, both
Hey,
the players,
at least he got some spectacular logs off. I would say that is some
the
pretty
logs
tough.
were very on point though. But I mean, with the barrel, you always have the advantage, right? Since the barrel is telegraphed, you don't really have to predict it per se. You can
Well,
always like
not
just,
necessarily, right? So some people just jump the gun and pull the trigger too quick and place the log in one place, and the
of
barrel
course,
just keeps going and lands somewhere else behind the tower.
but when you're talking about the ESL Masters, you are
Mm,
expecting the highest level of play, right? So that is
yes.
not something. I mean, like Mehudi missing, missing the activation of Kimta, that was surprising. Getting the logs on point on a Goblin Barrel is not that surprising. I'm sorry. I think the players are going to need a little more to impress me.
High standards right there, huh?
Dude, I mean,
Let's get one thing straight though. What's your trophy count?
bro, when you cast, you are immune from those things.
No, but
It's an art.
let's let the viewers know. Now, what's your trophy count? Let's
Uh,
just.
Dude, it's fine. Does it matter? Didn't you give a parent teach you that trophies don't matter goals? It's all about spirit.
Uh-huh. Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
So actually, this
Speaking of things that matter, you know what matters to us?
um, the sponsors.
Yes, you're right. So we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Omen by HP, Zoe by BenQ, and HyperX. Thank you guys for making this happen. And this has been all brought to you by Nodwin Gaming. That's us. And I guess the players are still getting ready. I don't know what are they doing here.
Prashant is the one who seems to be asking for more time, which is interesting because usually when these players win, they don't change their deck at all.
Mm-hmm.
Although Prashant,
That's a very bad disease that our masters players have.
it is. And Prashant in like the slight BM, not even calling GG after the match. What is this, Prashant? Disappointed. No, but it does seem, looking at their profile, that they have changed decks. Although I'm not sure if they're going to go in game with these decks, of course. Prashant seems to be moving to a Ewiz deck and with poison in graveyard. And Asopa is, I think, contemplating running a bowler deck. We did
Oh,
not see the bowler
okay.
this game, did we?
No, we haven't.
We did not. What was he running? Because if you look at Asopa's profile, right, he seems to be he wasn't running with Graveyard either. No, no, he was running a minor. Yeah, it was a different
He
deck.
was riding a minor and princess.
All right, we are going into game two, guys. With Prashant in the lead, 1-0,
So,
and excited to see what happens now.
mhm. So
So who you
at least
gonna call this time, goals? Who do you think
so
is gonna win?
I am sort of biased towards Prashant PP because he's the one player in the Masters who just keeps changing his deck no matter if he wins or loses.
I'm just looking at my screen, and both the players are also just looking at their screen.
30 seconds. That's how long it took for them to reveal even one of their cards.
Yeah, that was. I mean, both of them just waiting to make a move, right? And oh,
And
that
that
log.
log.
This is why, dude. Log is. I mean, it is overpowered. Come on. It just when you
Mhm.
unlock that card, it just opens up so much to you. Each card, like for replacement for log, is just that. It's a replacement. It will never be able to be as good as log. I don't think there's any other card in the game that offers you just quite as much as log does.
Mhm.
And we did see the push get nullified, although that does leave Prashant at a significant elixir advantage right now. So it is his duty to build a good push and sort of make use of that. Um, we are going to see a law come out real soon. Yeah, there it was. These players, man, play a little more unpredictable.
So wait, so we are watching Prashant PP play a Hawk Cycle deck against Asopa's chip damage deck.
It does seem to be the case, yes. And he is going to get his king activated, and that is trouble for Asopa because he can't place the miner now. The miner is going to, I mean, if he places it behind the tower, right, it's going to get damaged
Yeah,
by the king tower, and
both the
that's going to
barrel
be a
and the
very
miner
quick,
are in
very
trouble.
dead miner. Yep,
Mhm.
this is not good news for Asopa at all. I don't know if Prashant predicted this deck or if he was just hoping that would be the case.
I guess he was just hoping that would be the case. He did guess, and this gamble did pay off in favor of Prashant.
I
So
mean, right
game
now
is
the game is even though, so I'm not sure if you're right. And what was that tornado right there? Do you look how much damage it allowed the troops to get off?
yeah, he pulled the minions closer to the tower. That was quite strange.
Yeah. So when you tornado, right, the minions can actually still attack. They're not exactly CC'd. I don't know if people realize this. Most of the time, you're going to tornado away from your tower, right? So, but in oh my god, another tornado just completely.
Will be
The miner will not finish the tower, but the goblins will also not finish the tower. The log is also not going to finish the tower, and the hog is. Oh my god! Again!
okay, Prashant, you
What a
slide dog.
game!
You know what
What
we
a
haven't realized? He
game, man.
hasn't revealed his eighth card, and what a
Yeah,
slide
that
dog.
lightning right at the end. That was fantastic, guys. That was
That was some Mission
fantastic.
Impossible level stuff, man. This is Ghost Protocol right there.
That's Prashant just snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. That was good Clash Royale. See that impressed me now.
Oh wow! So that
That
was some
was
exciting stuff. So with
that
that
was
game, I guess Prashant is up 2-0.
yeah, that does put. And I was so sure, Prashant. How did you come back from that?
I it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't even feel like a comeback. It was just lightning. That's it. Down.
No, the what happened was his log when his log just went like sorry, his hawk went unpunished over there.
Mhm.
Um, Asopa just assumed that either the log or the barrel or the miner, like all of that's going to be enough to finish off the tower, but it wasn't. He misjudged. 28 HP is very low, but it's not dead.
Mhm.
And that log just kept shipping. I think that log would have gotten the tower from almost half HP down, along with the help of the lightning. But that was fantastic.
Well, he only used that lightning that one time in the game, and that won
He
him
only
the.
needed to use the lightning that
Yeah.
one time in the game, man.
See,
That
that is
was
very definition of a trump card. He played it and he won.
yeah. Trump card. Oh my god, I can't even say the word Trump now without just thinking of that orange baboon. But
Hey,
anyway,
hey. Okay, okay. When I say Trump, the person I think about is the Hearthstone player. Okay.
Trump,
No,
although from the Hearthstone series, like he's sort of become less relevant now.
it doesn't matter. Still better Trump.
Yeah, value Trump. That's what everyone knows him as.
Okay, looks like the
Alright.
players are ready for what might be the final game in this matchup.
So what do you think? Is it going to be the final game? What would you put your money on?
I think Asopa might come back for one more game, but looking at how they're playing right now, we thought Prashant was misplaying or something, but that looks like that was just a giant ruse to
No,
just.
Prashant was misplaying. Like you can't deem that anything but a misplay. Call a spade for a spade. But I don't know if how that comeback, man. Asopa just got too greedy. I mean, he got
Yeah.
so fixated on that on Prashant's tower, he just forgot to look at his own.
Hmm.
I think if Asopa had actually the moment Prashant misplayed, right? I think all Asopa needed to do was defend the push, and then he could have come back hard. But he just got so fixated that he seems to have missed
Yeah,
that.
he could have just stopped the hog and cycled to one more fireball, right?
And I'm really happy because both players are playing new decks.
Yay!
Yeah. So we see the Mega Minion as well as archers come out from Asopa. What deck do you think he's playing?
Golem. No, it's
No, he's
crossbow.
playing a crossbow deck.
Well,
Oh
technically.
man, that lightning getting a
Oh,
lot of value off. And the crossbow's going to go down. It's good. That's not too good. I mean, that is 6 elixir right there. That ice spirit doing work. It got the skellies as well as the baby dragon. So both players again, even elixir. We've only seen 4 Prashant's cards though. So he does have. So okay, he's playing an elixir deck. So Prashant seems to be playing the golem deck. Oh, ooh, is the rocket going to hit the king tower? No, it is not. That was a well placed rocket.
wouldn't that
Hey man, we
rocket
seen.
be able to hit the other crown tower too?
That's what I'm thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking. I am not sure. I'm assuming these players are better than I am, and would have hit the tower, but that's for Asopa to know and for us to find out, I guess, depending on how the game goes.
Well, hey, technically, I was right about Asopa's deck being a golem deck too. There is a nice golem.
Technically, I mean, yeah, but that's surprising. I haven't quite seen Ice Golem do well, and in fact, Ice Golem isn't a card that's too prevalent in the high levels of play right now. So I'm quite surprised to see Asopa running it. But again, I guess it does serve as a cheap cycle card. So Asopa is basically going to get the crossbow down and then rocket the tower. That's Asopa's game plan. Oh, and that crossbow. I mean, the lightning is going to come soon, but it is going to get. And he missed the archer. Although it didn't matter too much, but still.
So
Yeah,
even though, okay, yeah, there we go.
yeah. Um, so the yeah, there the golem comes out. But because he doesn't have his elixir collector, he is not going to be able to defend it. Like, I mean, push with it too well. Of course, overtime does help a lot in this case. But we can see now both players. Asopa actually has a 3 elixir advantage right now. Oh, and you see the Inferno Tower. So Asopa was planning on Prashant playing a Golem deck because that Inferno Tower is going to do work. Yeah, it does split up the Golem, and while that doesn't stop the push, it does significantly slow it down. And we can see a lot of action going on over here. Asopa's in dire need of some help because the star has fallen down to about 600 HP. It will fall to a lightning, although it might be slightly out of range. So what's going to happen is, again, just left to see. The golem is going to stop the crossbow from hitting the tower, so this might be Prashant's game. This might be game 3 that Prashant takes away. And oh, it is not enough. The Inferno
So
comes down.
yeah, so the only way I see Prashant actually winning this game is through chip damage with his lightning, which is pretty easy way to win.
Prashant just needs to cycle his cards, but
Yeah,
it's
but
done. The game is over. He
I
just
think he's
needs to
gonna
get the
win.
lightning off. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, he has it in his hand. The good games come out, and we are going to see a lightning 6 elixir. I think Prashant. Yep, and that's it, guys. Game 3, Prashant takes it all away.
Mhm.
Fantastic play by Prashant over there. Oh man, game 2 was just so exciting.
That last bit, man. We just gave the game away to Asopa, but no, Prashant just came up and said, denied.
Really, man, that was good game, both of you. Game 3, I don't think Asopa stood a chance at any time. I mean,
Mhm.
early game it did seem a bit like Asopa might win, but the moment overtime kicked in, Prashant was just dominating the field.
Those golems are some really difficult stuff to deal with. Even though he had an Inferno Tower, I don't know why he did not place the tower closer enough to one of the crossbows in second minute, I guess.
I think he was hoping that he won't be able to give too much lightning value to Prashant, which
Hmm.
is fine. I mean, we did see a lightning come out near the end of the game, which didn't get the Inferno Tower, but that wasn't enough because Prashant was just able to overpower that. He was just able to destroy the Inferno Tower, and a dead Inferno Tower is just not going to do anything.
On speaking of not doing anything, I guess our job here is done. But our viewers, just stay tuned. We're going to have some amazing Dota 2 action coming up next, and there's more CSGO after that. So, on that note, handing you back to our host, Vagish. Take it away,
All right,
Vagish.
guys. See you guys next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, there we see Vikram Asopa's hopes dashing on hard rock stone golems. That's what Prashant PP Pandey threw at Vikram Asopa and takes home the victory 3-0. Well done, very well done, Prashant. Very well utilized deck, as the casters put it. Thanks a lot, Manoj Supergola and Shaurya, for taking us through the games as and when they happen. And this seals the deal for Prashant PV Pandey. 3-0, the victory in favor of him against Vikram Asopa, who now stands under the guillotine of getting relegated. We'll find out more about this when the playoffs happen, but right now it's some 5v5 MOBA time. And for everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership, my heartiest welcomes. You joined a tad bit late, but just about the right time, because now we're going to begin the team games. We have the 5v5 MOBA Dota 2 lined up for you guys here in the phase 2 of the summer season of ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Zowie by BenQ. And so, before we move off into this aggressive 5 versus Dota Council from Bangladesh, literally an India-Bangladesh match, we will first give you a lowdown about how the Masters League standings look so far. Alright, talking about the Masters League standings of Dota 2, we have Go Figure Red, the team that got promoted from the Challenger League. At the top position, they have 15 points to the name, out of which they have played 6 matches. They've got these 15 points out of the 6 matches they've played. They've lost only 1 match. 5 have been victories for them. Whereas Aggressive 5, Pasol, Urankar Gang have 12 points to their name. They are with 4 matches down, and all 4 of them have been victories for them. And so is the same story for Entity Gaming, who stands in the 3rd position. 12 points, 4 matches down, all 4 of them victories. Now the Council from Bangladesh has had a very different run altogether. They've got 6 points, they're at the 4th position. They've got 4 matches down the line, because out of those 4 matches, 2 have been losses and 2 victories for them. Now 3C4DA stands in the 5th position because they've got 6 points, they've played 6 matches and they've lost 4 of those. Now, moving on, we have Team Buridza, another team that got promoted from the Challenger League here in the 6th position. They've got 3 points out of the 5 matches they played, because 4 have been losses for them. Now, Stand-in 5 has had a very dismal run there. They stand in the current red zone, as I'd like to put it, because they've got 3 points and they've got 3 matches down the drain, because out of those 6 matches which they played, 5 have been losses for them and only 1 victory registered. Now, 4 Medical from Nepal, the last team on this ladder, these standings, well, they have 0 points out of the 3 matches played, because all 3 of them have been losses for them. So now that we're at it, let's quickly take a look at who is having a showdown against who. Now, it's going to be an aggressive 5 versus Dota Council game today in this upcoming amazing 5v5 MOBA. Now, the Council were kind of like the crowd favorites back in Challenger 2, ESL India Premiership 2016. They were there in the Masters. Also, they came in 3rd there in the Masters 16 of ESL India Premiership. And this time around, they've not had really that great of a run. They're trying hard. The boys are at it. Animal, Deaths, Len and Gang are trying hard, as you can see from the gameplay. Because as you can see, they're from Bangladesh, led by Rahib Animal Reza. They have won the Challenger 2 Dota 2, like I said earlier. And they stood 5th in the Phase 1, which is very unlike of a team of such a caliber. And right now, they began their Phase 2 campaign on a good note and are currently placed 4th in the summer season phase 2 Master League standings. They're pretty much snug in that position. Maybe a slip or two can make them slide down the charts, or maybe a win or two can escalate them up to like safer positions, because facing them today is a Mumbai-based team led by Onkar Pasol Oronkar. Now the team features many prolific names in the Indian Dota 2 scene, such as Dhwanit Negi Negi, Prasad Batosai Nalavde, and Shahbaz Pinkman Hussain. Now this team boasts of a talent such as Pedal Hauto Padling Nagi, who you may know is one of the few players to feature on the global Dota 2 leaderboards. Now this team got placed second in the summer season phase 1 of the Masters League rankings and is currently placed third in the summer season phase 2 with 12 points from 4 matches. So will Oronkar Pasol and gang take over this behemoth of Dota Council from Bangladesh and decimate their team and the Ancients, or will Dota Council look for this as a chance of redemption and go up against Aggressive 5 with flags of victory? We'll find out soon when Vivek Venkatraman, our caster for this game, takes us through the game when it begins. So quickly heading off into Dota 2 fever.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. My name is Vivek. With me in the studio is Gambit. And today we've got Aggressive 5 facing off versus the Council. It's a India versus Bangladesh matchup. And Aggressive 5, they're at the top of the table, if I'm not mistaken. They're tied at first place with Go Figure. I don't think NTT have played enough games. They are playing an international tournament as well. And I mean, by international, I mean Southeast Asia. But they're doing pretty well. They've won 2, they've lost 2. So some good success all around for Indian Dota.
Yeah, and I believe they're in action today as well. But they're playing
in ESL?
Yeah, they're playing on the off-stream.
They're playing off-stream.
Against 4 Miracle,
Okay.
who themselves haven't done too well.
Uh-huh.
But A5, they still are on a perfect winning record here. They're 4-0, I believe.
Yep.
And they're going up against the Council. The Council has dropped a game already.
Yep, they dropped a game yesterday to Go Figure.
And to NTT, I believe? No,
And
not sure.
Not sure. I know they dropped 1 to Go Figure for sure.
Yeah, they dropped to Go Figure. We casted that, right?
Yeah. No.
You did, right?
You weren't there.
No, I wasn't there, but you.
Yeah, yesterday's game.
Right.
Anyway, this draft, it's underway. First set of bans focusing heavily on the off lane, and Aggressive 5. They're paying some respect here to the Council and the potent threat that Jin can be when he gets his hands on that Chen. So they're banning out the Chen. They're also banning out the Bristleback, which is one of Death's comfort heroes, and more than that, he just found his way back into the meta. He's even got a lifesteal talent that comes up later on, so he's a little bit of a nuisance to deal with. Opening picks for Aggressive 5, they picked up the Legion Commander, so they have got themselves a strong offlaner, and they've also got the Silencer to follow up the duel, just to make sure that there's nobody interrupting that with spells early on.
Yeah. This could be a difficult game for Sven if Legion gets a jump on him. There is a global to follow. Yeah, Sven, if he doesn't pop that ultimate, he's going to suffer quite a bit. Warlock as well, if there is a global silence following the Legion Commander ultimate, has no real way of dispelling the silence. So, yeah, silence is definitely a strong pick. Aggressive 5 have shown time again this hero. Right? It is one of Pasol's, I would say, signature heroes to an extent. The other one is Warlock, but that has been picked up by the Council. Yeah, but again, talking about these bans, Bristleback, not the most popular hero, but has been rising in the meta of late. Chen is definitely one of the respect bans against Council. Jin has shown to be a flashy player on that hero. Not just that hero, but all micro heroes, including the Visage and the Meepo, I believe. It's really difficult for the Council to go for the bans because all the cores of Aggressive 5 have really wide hero pools. Negi, he's played so many heroes in the mid lane, including the Venomancer, that it's almost impossible to start banning out heroes against him. Oh, and finally, for A5 to pick up the Treant Protector, I believe this is the first time we will be seeing Pinkman on this hero. He mostly plays the Tuskar, sometimes a Slara maybe. Yeah, but he does play that 4 position, and looks like Trian Protector is going to be the hero Pinkman is on.
Yeah, it's a definite change of pace here for aggressive. I haven't seen them pick the Train Protector in ages. I don't mind that pick, but what's even more interesting is that the Council are picking up the Bounty Hunter. What's the play with the Bounty Hunter? It's not like he has anyone to contest in the jungle. Track is good.
I feel it's a hard game for Bounty Hunter because even if he tries to harass someone in the mid lane, let's say, there is a Treant Protector who can provide a lot of backup even though he's not on the lane.
Right.
So picking a Bounty Hunter into Treant is not something I generally want to see. And it's not a Bounty Hunter patch as well. That is something that...
yeah, it's not a Bounty Hunter patch, and I don't see him helping out any lane that easily. One Stream Protector gets a couple of levels and has that living armor up and going. Aggressify, they didn't waste any time. They jumped into the troll. And, well, I guess this is going to be a safe lane troll that's going to be played by paddling for all purposes.
Yeah, it should be. Generally, paddling does pretty troll, not Ningi.
Right. Last ban for the Council. They could ban out something in the mid lane.
I think you ban out the co-op.
The co-op?
Yeah. Definitely on the go for the SF ban. I'm not seeing Negi play SF though.
I have.
He does.
He does.
He does play the SF.
So Council could pick up the Tinker. They could pick up the co-op. A lot of options here. What are they missing in the lineup? I wouldn't mind the co-op, but I guess this is a better game to pick up the Tinker. They don't have the best of catch to shut down the Tinker just yet.
Yeah, and something else the Council does pick up time and again is the Skyrath Mage. I see it working here to an extent, but again, it's just by the virtue of that hero that he falls off.
Right, and with the buff to Atos, all the more reason you might want to pick up the Skyrath Mage. It is something Len runs a lot. So what is Len's hero pool? He plays Ember, he plays Tinker.
No,
he has a very wide.
I won't say very wide, but
reasonably wide. He plays the Ursa in the mid lane, he plays Tinker, he plays Ember, and there you go.
He goes for the Ursa.
So Aggressify, what do you want to run in the mid lane? What are you sure? What hero would be fine versus the Ursa in the mid lane? I think you just pick up the co-op. Shut them down. I think co-op should just absolutely bully the Ursa in the mid lane. It's very unlikely that co-op goes down to the Bounty Hunter. Sure, there's a fair amount of catch with the Swine and the Axe.
I think they'll look for some AoE as well because Ursa will look to go for a Roshan early, and you'll need some amount of control in the team fights.
Okay.
Currently, not a lot of AoE skills. Only Treant Protector's ultimate is the real crowd control skill, I would say. So
You're
maybe
something.
Puck. Yeah, maybe Puck seems like a decent pick here for A5.
Okay.
It probably shouldn't be a melee hero as well because he goes for the pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think the lanes are pretty safe for A5. There is no real chance of anyone dying.
Right.
The tri-lane shouldn't be pressured at all. Negi is really hard to gank. Even the Bounty Hunter does seem to harass him a little bit. Oh, and they're putting Animal on the Bounty Hunter and Jin's on the Warlock. I actually thought Jin would be on the Bounty Hunter. Generally, he's the 4 position, right?
Right.
And he does like to try and pressure the lanes. He does it quite effectively as well, honestly. So, yeah. Kind of switching things up.
Yeah, interesting switch up of roles coming out from the Council there.
I actually thought, I mean, it was in the back of my mind, I forgot to say it, but I generally thought that Negi could have picked up the Timbus on the mid lane.
What's the news, sir?
Yeah, I mean, there are 4 melee heroes, right, on the other side. Could have done well. But anyway, Death seems to level up his battle pass by almost 100 each day. I think day before it was 650.
Yeah.
It's 811 right now. I think he's playing way too much Dota.
Damn.
Or he's figured out the way to have more than 24 hours in his day. Or the more obvious choice is that he's super rich.
Right.
I'm going to go with that one.
Super rich.
Super rich. Yeah.
You can buy levels on the battle pass, right?
Yeah, that's what super rich.
Okay, just getting the hotkeys sorted out. There we go. Just a minute.
And believe Aggressive 5 won the toss as well because they are starting out on Radiant and it is a side which they prefer quite a bit.
Yeah.
They generally have not played on the diet so much. They like to start off on the Radiant. What can I say? Compared to Entity, you like to start off on the diet each and every time. And so that's a little bit of a interesting nitty-gritty.
Entity prefer Dire?
Yeah, Entity prefer Dire by a very, very big margin.
Really?
So in phase 1, they didn't play Radiant even a single.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the Radiant games.
Yeah, they didn't play one.
I mean, it's actually a little harder to do the medium camp into the small if you're a Dire support.
I think those small things are not the only.
Also, it's harder to get ganked in the mid lane if you're Dire because this tower does immediately attack anybody who approaches from this side. So you either have to smoke and approach from this side, or well, you have only one way that you can initiate a gank on the enemy mid laner. So that's definitely worth noting. I mean, the Radiant mid laner is prone to ganks from both sides because the mid lane tower, well, that's all it sees.
Yeah, I think we should keep our eyes on the mid lane. Looks like, and the animal, he's on the hunt for the courier. Let's see if A5 are stupid enough, I would say, to fall for it. I don't think they should be.
He's got nothing on the courier.
I don't think Negi even needs a salve against the melee hero. So
yeah,
it's gonna be the straight up bottle, and it's quite some while before that comes out.
That's not sure if he's gonna end up falling in this lane. He's taking a fair bit of damage. Here comes Pinkman on the Train Protector. One punch, not enough. Punch number 2, Orb of Venom. The slow is there, but that's just sitting with 7 tangos, so he's gonna be fine. So, interesting thing coming out from the Legion commander about Osai, he actually blocked the small camp pull. And when you have someone like Sven in the safe lane who's going to be pushing out the lane with the cleave that he has naturally, you'd want to keep the creep momentum in your favor with those constant pulls. But Jin on the Warlock doesn't have that small camp to work with.
Yeah, and it hurts Jin quite a bit as well because all he was looking to do is hit his level 6 by staying on the lane.
Right.
Warlock has almost 0 rotation potential.
Yeah,
maybe with upheaval he can get something off, but it's again a very situational case.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is hurting Jin quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is babysit a safe laner. So we already know, or at least Aggressive 5 already knows that it's going to be a very static safe lane. Yeah. The only wild card here for the council is Animal on the Bounty Hunter. And he hasn't gotten much accomplished just yet. He was hanging around the mid lane hoping for the courier snipe. So it did waste his time. And they're going to do a little bit of damage here on the Bata side. But without the Janata, it's not going to be too much.
Yeah. And already Deaths, he has been forced off the lane. He had to go all the way back to base. And now he's jungling. So it's going to be a very, very easy lane for paddling. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, can you see the domination which is coming out from Negi? He's already at 18 creeps well. Ursa sitting at a measly 7.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you have such a player like Negi. He has such a wide pool that generally Pasol always picks up a 0 on the
last
fourth,
pick.
or mostly it's the 5th
pick.
pick. Sometimes maybe exception, it may be the 4th pick. And that does leave you open to see these sort of strategies where you can completely counter their mid lane.
So the problem is Negi's winning his mid lane hard. I don't see him making a sloppy mistake and going down solo to the Ursa Warrior. I don't see him even going down to a rotation coming out from the Bounty Hunter. Sven, well, he wants to focus on his farm as much as possible. Jin can't really rotate. So the only way the council can open the scoreboard is if Aggressive make a silly mistake or if Death gets a blink dagger really soon.
That doesn't look like it's happening. And that's freed up the bot lane for Pinkman to actually move up top. So now they can pressure the Sven and the Warlock a little bit more.
Yeah, they've got the living armor. Closer is low. No mana for the overwhelming odds just yet. Animal still level 1, 3 minutes in. But it just takes a kill or 2 for the Bounty Hunter to catch up with his levels.
Yeah, he's really hoping for the courier kill. I think he's now kind of gone all or nothing for that kill. But it doesn't look like he's going to get it.
I think you give up on the courier kill. Yeah. And if Aggressive wants to make life even worse for the council, they could just pick up a couple of sentries and block both these camps. And then you know that Dets is all the way back on the other side of the map, and you can maybe start pushing the lane. So Animal, 4 minutes in, what he's been forced to do is just leech EXP standing invis. The best start. I guess that, I mean, if you pick up a bounty hunter, it's all about how much pressure you apply early on in the lanes, right? And he hasn't applied any pressure. He hasn't got any EXP himself. So yeah, he has hit level 2. So he's got the Janata. That's something working in his favor.
No, I mean, at this point, the cores of the council, they're falling way too behind. Like, even the safe laner, he's sitting at 21, while paddling is all the way up above 35 at least.
Top lane, he's got the Storm ammo on Bartosai, got the offensive Shadow Word. Bartosai shrugs it off with the press the attack. 2 points into it. And they're not going to be killing Bartosai anytime soon. A couple of seconds and he'll even have the Shrine active. 2 seconds to be precise. So yeah, he's got the Shrine to work with. That's... I mean, why the whole facade of starting out with 7 and 8 tangos? Just build an Iron Talent and go into the jungle straight away. Why bother attempting to win your lane?
I'm not sure, man. And again, also I think this is the time he has to move into jungle.
Himself?
He's such a momentum-based hero. And right now he doesn't have the money to even pick up boots.
Yeah.
This is hurting him quite a bit. You ideally want to have a Blink Dagger by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
At the very least, I would say.
You ideally want your face boots around now.
Yeah.
Oops.
So yeah, I think he's gonna have to move into the jungle.
I guess the worst thing aggressive fight could do is go and give a kill themselves, but instead they end up getting one, and it's on the enemy safe laner. So the scoreboard opens 6 minutes into the game, and aggressive fire is sitting on a 4k net worth advantage already.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that goes to the mid lane where Negi has kind of doubled up in net worth compared to the Ursa. Yeah, he actually has doubled up. So yeah, this is looking very, very grim for the mid laner. And Ursa is not a hero you can play from behind.
Right. You also got no stacks just yet for the Sven, so he's not going to flash farm anytime soon. And honestly, Jin can't even leave the lane to go stack.
Yeah, and Troll is so great against these two melee cores that, I mean, we kind of missed that interaction. Because if they do go on him, there will be a lot of missed chances coming.
Yeah, the melee whirling axes.
I really find it tough to believe that Ursa and Sven will be able to go up against the Troll at come mid game. Especially when the tree does put up that heal on you. Living armor.
Sven not doing too well in terms of net worth either, like you did point out a couple of minutes ago. And I'm going to boil this down to the presence of an off laner who's actually in the lane as opposed to being in the jungle. Negi pump faking the Sonic Wave, just blinks in the other direction. Yeah. I guess Bartosai just being in the lane and spamming overwhelming odds makes all the difference here. Pinkman does have the living armor on cooldown. Couldn't save Bartosai if he had to there.
Yeah.
Okay, rotation number 1 comes out from Animal. This time he's in the mid lane. He's not got any mana. He's got gold for boots. He's not even sure whether he should be playing with Negi here. But are you just going to watch your mid tower fall is the question.
Yeah, fortunately Negi is a little bit low on mana, so he can't really commit for a kill. He'll have to save that mana to escape if the Ursa does go on him. That's the only fortunate part.
Yeah, so 2 huge things in the early game which really helped Aggressify out. One, Death's left the lane, while Legion Commander, he sat in the lane and he applied a fair bit of pressure just by spamming overwhelming odds.
No, I think Death's leaving the lane actually helped Bartosai quite a bit because it enabled Pinkman to rotate to that lane, and then he started putting the pressure, not before. When he was solo against the Sven and the Warlock, he was having an okay time, but it's only when the Treant came in that they actually managed to...
Right, so Death's left his lane, which allowed Pinkman to make the off lane into a dual lane, which really helped out Bartosai, which also helped Pinkman get some EXP. And because of that, the safe lane on the side of the council is under a whole lot more pressure. So Closer is not farming as effectively as the Troll, who's pretty much had a free lane for himself.
Yeah, and he's going to come with a Vlad pretty soon, and I believe this is the SNY build coming out from
Pandey. Okay. Closer, press the attack, the duel is there. Here comes Nengi with the Sonic Wave. Jin didn't have a chance to save his friend there. Bartosai chasing for more. He's got overwhelming odds in a couple of seconds. The creep wave does show he does connect with the overwhelming odds. Negi jumps in with the screen, and that's another quick kill for Bartosai.
I believe there's a double kill. We know it was a double kill.
It was one apiece, one for Negi and one for Bartosai. And Bartosai got the dual damage there.
Yeah. The thing is, he was playing so aggressively, even when the Treant was there. I mean, in the early game, that.
Meanwhile, he's dropping casually. He does throw out the battle hunger, but paddling with the kill shrugs it off. Here comes Jin with the shadow word on the Pasol. You got the living armor that's keeping him healthy for a little bit. Paddling, he's in the upheaval. It is only a level 1 upheaval. There was the melee range whirling axis that you spoke about. Len giving chase, stomps the ground, wants to bring down paddling, but he's missing most of his attacks. And wow. Even Pasol got out of this. So they got deaths, they got the tower, they didn't end up losing anyone. Flawless play coming out from Aggressive 5 here.
Yeah, I mean, they get the tower, they pull down 3 heroes and walk away scot-free. What more can you want? Actually, that's 3 towers, 3 outer towers, 3 tier 1 towers actually have fallen.
Yeah. So the map is split wide open for Aggressive 5. They've got this ward which scouts out deaths. They have one ward hanging around the mid lane. I'm actually going to drop Radiant Vision for you. And most of it is really aggressive.
And already there is a almost 1k lead per minute happening in the game. We are at almost 9k and it's around 11 minutes. Maybe not 1k, but somewhere close to that is what we're sitting at. And Legion Commander already, he's on top. He's not on top of the network, but he's still ahead of the Sven, which is pretty miserable for the Sven to see.
Yeah. That's try to bring down Bartosai, but ends up getting caught in a duel, will end up going down as well. That's his second duel victory within 11 minutes for Bartosai.
In how many games do you see that Legion Commander feeling confident enough to
duel an axe
at 11 minutes?
Yeah. How many games do you see Ulsa not pick up the first stages? Quite often, but this is definitely not the plan for the council.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing that can help them come back in this game is that Animal should be able to give them a lot of vision. And maybe if they catch Aggressive 5 out of position, they could get pickoffs every now and then. And any pickoff now is a lot of gold.
And Pop has the Aegis, and it's such a scary hero to have the Aegis on at this point. Double mana pool, double health pool, that's just too much to deal with for.
Yeah, not a care in the world, jumps in. He's been forced to come into these fights a lot earlier than he expected. He's nowhere close to his blink, has nothing that makes him really tanky other than a couple of infused raindrops. And he's in no fighting shape right now.
And I think
Deaths needs time, and Aggressive are not giving him any time.
Yeah, and they're doing the right thing.
Oh wow. I thought Animal would be getting vision for his team, and that would lead to them getting a pick off, but instead he gets caught out of position. Jane, he's TP'd in, he pops the dust. Len wants a kill, slams the ground. Here's the Shadow Strike from Negi. Len being controlled, he got the last word as well. Will be silenced in a bit, he pops the Enrage. Immediate Yules comes out from Negi. Sonic Wave is there, doesn't do any damage to Len, but they don't care, they get the kill either way. Here's the drop, Pasol on the run, he got the upheaval, that's will miss with the call. But look at Negi on the backline, brings down the axe and is moving on to Jin elsewhere, paddling, being controlled. He's got no Aegis, but he doesn't care. It's Pasol who brings down Animal. Look at them respawn and die time and time again. It was just a couple of minutes ago that the Bounty Hunter died, and it was just a few seconds ago that the Warlock dropped his Infernal, which has been brought down as well. Aggressive 5 in complete control of this game.
Yep. Sven running around the entire fight like a headless chicken, only managed to throw one single stun and do nothing else. Couldn't even pop the God Strength and get into the fight. That's how poorly it was for the council. Do you see this game ending in a X-0 victory for Aggressive 5? Or do you think at some point council do manage to take a kill? It's really hard for the Ursa. The Ursa has almost no impact at this point because He can't get close to anyone. Sure, he can tank a little bit with the ultimate, but that's pretty much it. He doesn't even have the blink dagger, so he can't go into fights anymore.
X-0 victory. I can see them losing a hero when they attempt high ground. So I don't think this is going to be an X-0 victory. Also, Len, he's getting some time to farm his blink dagger. Not the most amount of time, but he picks up an invis rune. Batosai is all by himself in what should be a safe lane. Meanwhile, yeah, Negi and Animal. Just,
this looks like it could be the first kill for the
Closer ditched his Ursa there. Okay, so Closer's gone to the top lane to farm. Len, he's looking for the pick off. He does have 4 points in plus the attack. And yeah, got the living armor, blink dagger coming off cooldown. Nothing to lock him down on the side of the council, and he's going to get away.
Damn, that was so hard for the council. They had that one sure shot kill, and Closer just TP'd away.
Yeah.
Which made it really hard.
I think, yeah, Batosai's on a killing spree, if nothing else. He has
30 damage already.
Yeah, he's sitting at 5.8k net worth. So that's 40 plus 40 into net worth. Something like that. And 40 divided by... Oh shit, I forgot the math.
Yeah, I don't think we're too concerned about the math.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is a lot of net worth if you do manage to kill Batosai at this point.
Yeah, but I think now that all the heroes have some items and Ursa really doesn't have anything to contribute, even if he gets the blink dagger, it's going to be really hard. What does the Silencer have?
No, Silencer, he's got the gem.
Very early gem.
Yeah, Aggressify, they want to end this game and I don't blame them. They are in complete control. They have the net worth advantage. They're taking down as much real estate as is possible within 15 minutes. So I don't blame them for trying to end the game soon. Animal. The scream was there. Yules as well. They're waiting for the duel. You got the last word. And he does end up going down.
Yep.
So
I think my prediction is
X-0.
X-0 is going pretty solidly at this point. I think they still have time for one more Roshan before they go and try and breach high ground. Come on, boys, do me proud.
Well, I'm keeping my eyes on Closer. He's got the Mask of Madness.
I think Negi is already.
Yeah, Batosai did jump in.
I think that was a little bit of a wasted duel. Getting a little too handsy. Negi's ages is time.
Oh, Len did manage to catch out Batosai. He's popped the Enrage, is looking for the kill. The Global Silence is there. Pinkman with the overgrowth. It's huge. The Sonic Wave onto 3. Overwhelming odds. Look at the council go. They drop the rock, but they're running back in panic. And that's he can just spam out all the battle hunger he likes. But they're not going to get a single kill. 14-0 is the score. A 16,000 net worth advantage in favor of aggressive fire. And a beautiful overgrowth coming out from Pinkman there.
Yeah, that overgrowth, man. It was a 4-man overgrowth. And at that point, you just can't fight anymore. You might as well call the GG. It's 14-0 at 17 minutes in. 10k almost is the net worth on Negi.
I haven't seen a single call connect on anyone.
It does connect, but he has to eventually walk away because...
No, did you see call connect on anyone this game?
Sometimes he does get a couple off on...
Did he get a 1-man call or a 2-man call?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Hard game.
Yeah. I mean, since Ursa can't walk into the fights, there's really nothing to actually initiate these fights for the council.
Look at this. The desperation in that. He's farming whatever camps he can. And he does know fully well that aggressive 5 over bringing down his shrine.
I mean, at this point, there's zero initiation, right? So even if they want to use the Sven stun and then walk in, they can't because there is that overgrowth preventing that from happening. So there's literally nothing that they can do unless there's a blink dagger on the axe. Even the Ursa jumping in, there will be overgrowth instantly popped and he's going to be brought down.
I guess if you're Dutch, you just sell your Iron Talon. Sell your Iron Talon, pop a smoke, hope to find a pick-off. That's honestly what I'd like to see the council do. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. But yeah, Aggressify, did they take Roshan number 2?
I believe they would have pinged up the timing, right? And I think that should be coming up on the chat feed as well.
Okay, Roshan's going to respawn in a minute. He's almost got his blink.
Yeah, he does.
Has to fight Mega Creeps to move into the side shop.
I think those are super creeps. Mega creeps are
Super creeps, my bad.
Yeah. In Dota 1, we just call them all
Mega creeps.
So,
Arey, mega ho gaya, bus.
Yeah. That was pretty much it.
Anyway, they're walking down mid. They pop the smoke, barter side. Let us smoke dispel. Courtesy animal on the bounty hunter. They're focusing buildings here. Even a 8-man call is not going to be enough from that at this point.
And what great positioning. No one's standing next to the creep. So even if they get a single call off, they won't get too many.
Well, he's got the single call. It's on a paddling, and he's just going to run away, hug a shrine. You got the global silence. They've tossed up closer on the Sven. You got the sonic wave as well. Last word, doing some work. It's a fatal bonds. I mean, excuse me, it's the golem on to 3. Closer has fallen, and the duel from Barto's side. He ends up bringing down the Ursa by himself. That's Ursa losing a duel. Negi looking for Jin on the sidelines, who drops the shadow word on himself. And Animal will just call the GG, put an end to the bloodshed. And Aggressive 5 are your winners, 18-0. And no wonder they're at the top of the table.
Yeah, and it ended up being a 24,000 net worth lead by the end of the game.
It was a sub 20-minute game.
Yeah, it was a sub 20-minute game. And, we were discussing before the match how Council, they're a fun team to watch when they're winning. But when they're losing, they look so pathetically bad.
Yeah.
That it's just, 18-0 shouldn't be how games in the ESL India Premiership Masters tier goes, right? There shouldn't be that much disparity between teams.
Ideally.
Yeah, but
anyway, tough luck to them. But that's all about it for Dota today. Do not go anywhere. This only means that your Counter-Strike will be coming a bit earlier. And I'm going to hand it over to our host, Vagish Godslayer Brown, to take you through the rest of the day. This is Vivek and Gambit from AFK Gaming signing out for the day. Thank you so much.
Well, it seems utter decimation was in the cards for the council from Bangladesh. Absolute wrecked, as Manoj Supergola, who was watching the game upstairs and also is a caster for Clash Royale for the ESL India Premiership, put it across. Absolute decimation. Owned by Aggressive 5. Basol and gang, you should take a bow there. This is an international team from Bangladesh and is one of the strongest teams we've had in the ESL India Premiership. And there you go. Home sweet home run. Well done, boys, and hard luck at Animal and Gang. Maybe a little bit on the drawing board can assist you guys later on in your endeavors in the summer season of the ESL India Premiership 2017. And for those who just missed this match, should have seen this, to take note of the absolute tactics and strategies and outpicking. If you guys want to become pro, I think you guys should watch such Dota matches in the ESL India Premiership 2017 this summer season. If this is happening in the summer season, I don't know what's going to happen in the fall and the winter. Maybe we'll see some more new blood out there for the trophy. Maybe. Who knows? Well, everybody joining us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India, my heartiest welcomes once again. You are logged in and watching the Day 11 live stream of the summer season phase 2 of ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zowie by BenQ, and organized by the good folks at Norton Gaming. Now moving on to the other 5v5, the big boys game, as I'd like to call it every single time. I don't know why, it just feels good when I say it. Okay, so Counter-Strike Global Offensive is what we have in the offing for you guys right now between two very interesting teams. But before we go off into who these teams are, let's quickly take a look at the standings of the Masters League table. Alright, talking about the CSGO Masters League standing, we have none other than Risky Gaming there, leading the pack with 12 points to their name, 4 matches down, all 4 of them clean slate victories. Now SemperX, which was previously leading the pack with this exact same stats, like 12 points and 4 matches down, they got defeated by Risky Gaming in the last match they played, and there you go. They are now in the second position, 12 points in hand, 5 matches played and 1 loss so far. Now Brutality, India's one of the most loved team, is in the third position. They have 6 points to their name. They have played 3 matches, out of which 1 has been a loss, whereas Entity Gaming, Sai and Gang are in the fourth position. They've got 3 points to the name. They've played 2 matches, out of which 1 is a loss, 1 is a victory. Now Dare to Dream, the team with the Obster, Sabyasachi Bose, they are in the 5th position. They've got 3 points out of the 3 matches played, and they've lost 2 games already. And Team Wolf stands in the 6th position. DNM and Gang are in the 6th position. They've got 3 points to their name, 3 matches down, and they've lost 2 matches out of those. Exactly the same story as Dare to Dream there. Whereas JMD Gaming has a different ball game altogether. They have 3 points out of the 5 matches they've played after getting promoted into the Masters League from the Challenger League, and they've lost 4 matches out of those 5 they've played. Now Trademark Gaming, the team from Bangalore, has absolutely failed to achieve any marks or points there. They've played 3 matches, their score reads 0 because all 3 of those matches were losses. Now let's take a look at the game happening today. Let's have a look at who these people are, these players, these teams, these amazing fragsters. I am falling short of adjectives there. Alright, so Entity Gaming versus SemperX is what's happening there. Remember guys, SemperX is the team which was leading the pack, got lost to Risky Gaming, now has slid to the 2nd position. So maybe they want to take hold of the current scenario there, here right now, and maybe they are looking for blood, maybe a revenge on Entity Gaming of sorts. Maybe. But Entity Gaming, let's talk about the team. Now they're a Mumbai-based team. They are made up of former members of team Invictus. They are led by Simar Sai Sethi. And the team has been quite consistent in the Indian esports scene. Now, they had a strong presence in the phase 1 of ESL IP 2017, but they faced loss against Risky Gaming, which resulted in them sitting in the 2nd place. This time around, they also have pretty much the same story. Last time it was Risky Gaming, this time it was Brutality. So they do not have a clean slate against their name, and today they will play the 3rd match of the summer season phase 2, and a win here will definitely push them upwards, while a loss can potentially pose a threat to their current 4th place snug standing. Now moving on to SemperX. Now this team features many known names in the Indian CSGO circuit, such as Ishpreet, Hunter Singh Chadha, Mithil F South, Hasnain Impel Saeed, not to forget Krishna Salecha's comeback to professional gaming. Now this team has been proving itself as a tough competitor to other established CSGO teams participating in the league, and they had a good run in the phase 1 of ESL India Premiership. They were placed 3rd in that phase. Now in this phase, the team is fielding the player Krish Salecha. Now this player, if you guys are in touch with the news, if you're not, then you should definitely check out at 8 p.m. IST every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Nordwind Gaming's Facebook page this amazing show called Esports Center, brought to you, hosted by yours truly there. Now, we did break out this news that ESL had revamped the WAC ban scenario there, and because of this revamp there, we have a new player getting fielded in the phase 2 of ESL India Summer Season phase 2 by SemperX. Now, it's Krish Salecha. Now, this player had received a WAC ban in 2015, and this revamp of the ESL WAC ban rules enabled him to pursue his journey in competitive CSGO once again. Now, Krish has played a crucial role in securing 100% wins in phase 2 because his presence marks the fact that SemperX means business this time around. The team is currently at 2nd place in the phase 2 leaderboards, shows the kind of dedication the team is putting behind their efforts, and a win today will definitely put them at the top of the list again. Now, everybody who wants to be a part of this amazing journey called ESL India Premiership, rest easy. Like I keep saying, I'll repeat it for you guys and your guys' benefit every single time. There's a link on the screen. All you gotta do is register by going onto that link for the games you want to participate in for the phase 3 and the final phase of the ESL India Premiership summer season, which is just around the corner. Phase 3 is around the corner. The playoffs are going to begin soon. And right now, what's going to happen is Archie Fair taking us through the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive between these two amazing teams, Entity Gaming and SemperX.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the knife round between what promises to be an exciting and riveting game of Counter-Strike between SemperX and Entity Esports. And there we see Entity Esports, and sorry, Entity Gaming, as I have been informed. Entity Gaming, and they have come out on top of the knife round. And seeing as it is Mirage, or as I like to call it, Dust 3, we're going to be seeing Entity playing and starting from the CT side, which is obviously the preferred side on the map, that is Mirage. Entity Gaming, well, what can I say about them? They are supposedly the best team on paper in the country. They have the heavy hitter A-Star and Excali, the two aim gods, as they say. Ribby in the form of Ribby, they get experience and an entire cornucopia of game knowledge, as they call it. And Ace obviously brings in experience and one of the tightest aims I have seen in the country. Phenomenal player. And obviously then you have Sai, the ringleader, he is considered to be the best player in the country, and for good reason. He is one of the most dynamic players, and he can op, he can rifle. His game sense is right up there with the very best in the country, and he's just all around one of the most phenomenal players I have ever had the pleasure of casting and observing, playing the game. So it is going to be a very exciting game. Now SemperX and Entity have already lost their first games. One game each, Entity losing out to Brutality on Inferno, which was kind of surprising because Inferno has been Entity's playground for a very, very long time. And of course, SemperX being handed their first defeat yesterday at the hands of Risky Gaming. But there's no shame losing to Risky Gaming. They are, as we call it, the kryptonite of the Indian teams. This is just that one tier above in terms of talent, in terms of executions, in terms of how they approach the game. They're just that one tier above the rest of the Indian teams right now, but that's soon changing because last year these teams struggled to even get rounds off of Risky, and now we're seeing teams, SemperX, Wolf, even Entity posting, taking them to overtime, getting 12, 13, 14 rounds off of them, bringing the games extremely close. So as you can see, as more money gets put into esports and Counter-Strike specifically, as more orgs come up and start supporting the players, they're delivering results. So I'm guessing in about a few months' time or even a year's time, we're going to see really good competitive teams coming out from India. And that is something I wait for with bated breath. But in the meantime, we are going to go live very shortly with this game between SemperX and Entity Gaming. And as we just watched Sai getting completely and utterly wrecked by Foxy in warm-up. I mean, I hope it's a competitive game. I hate watching whitewashes. They're not fun to cast. They're not fun to watch. I mean, one-sided games are fun to play, but that's about it. And that's also only fun to play for one team. And that is the team who is dominating. But otherwise, it's always good to have a competitive game of Counter-Strike in our hands. And today, I think it has all the makings of an extremely competitive and evenly fought-out match between SemperX and Entity Gaming, not Esports. I keep saying Entity Esports. It's like my go-to thing now. But yeah. So far, what we've seen of Entity on Mirage has been very, very scary. I don't think they've dropped a single Mirage map apart from... Yeah, they haven't dropped a single Mirage map till now. They did lose to Brutality on Inferno. And ever since phase 1, I think they have been undefeated on Mirage. So SemperX have their work cut out for them, but SemperX did take Risky Gaming to 13 rounds. No, to overtime on Mirage. So they have that going in there, kitty, as they say. So we're going live with the pistol round, and Foxy is going to be running utility, one smoke out onto Hunter, and Mythil is going to be the raid boss. Ooh, that smoke for Sniper Nest though. Going out that. It's going to be an A hit. Ooh, Excali. It's going to be the first point of contact. He needs to be careful. He's completely wiped. Oh, Foxy peeks out and a vicious headshot followed up with a body shot to put him down. And that's man advantage. And in the meantime, the A hit has come out in earnest. Everyone has left the A bomb site, and the A hit, that fake was perfectly sold over by the B bomb site. Now it's down to a 4v3. And Ribby taps away. Sai in the meantime does pick up a nice double kill, and Ribby does get the kill onto Hunter. And Ribby finally does fall, and it's A-Star, the aim god, brings down Foxy, has 48 points of health, no kit though, and is in a 1v1. He needs to hurry up. He knows that the final player is in CT spawn. That is Impale, makes a lot of noise, and A-Star taps away. That is a USP, not an SMG. You need to be careful, you need to hit your shots more, be more economical and judicious with your tapping. And I think A-Star is just sticking it. 3 seconds left on the clock. Can he stick it? Oh, Impale peeks out at just the perfect moment. If only he had a kit there, A-Star, he would have been easily able to clinch the round, but unfortunately couldn't find the kit in time. And the pistol round goes to SemperX. There we go. Yeah, force buy coming out from NT Esports. Nothing surprising there. Everyone except Sai forcing into that round. Sai, the dedicated opper. So he's going to go with just an upgraded Deagle. What can he do with it? Oh, tags one down very low. Mythil, both so low. A-Star does fall, but Impale and Mythil are so very low. Just one love tap from any pistol, and they are going to bite the dust. And Ace playing a very aggressive angle here by Cinderblocks right outside A-Ramp under Palace, while Hunter waits with bated breath and patience over in Palace. It's down to a 4v5, man advantage with SemperX, but two people are extremely low. They are on their last wishes, as they say. They're just circling the drain, and they need to be very, very careful. So either they could bait, but Mythil ideally should be passing that over to Hunter, but Hunter has taken a very aggro position over by Palace. That AK-47 in the hands of Hunter, in the hands of Mythil, might prove to be a liability, because this is a force buy. They do have armor to work with here, Entity. They can make something happen, and Ace playing this close up and having backup in the form of Ribby can do a tremendous amount of damage. It's just going to be a matter of time. They've got the read perfect. Oh, Foxy does get spotted out by Xcali, tapping away there. And in the meantime, the A down goes Ribby. Oh, sorry, Ribby just getting absolutely hammed, gets 2 kills already. Caught on the reload though, unfortunate. And okay, Ace getting this is looking very, very dire indeed for SemperX, and that force by working wonders. And they also managed to recover all 3 rifles. Excellent round coming out from Entity Esports, and that all came down to the way Ribby held close over by A-Ramp. Like, he baited perfectly for his teammate who was Ace, and because of the aggressive position that Ribby was playing, Ace could get that final kill onto Mythil that saw the round go in the favor of Entity Gaming. And well, even Stevens 1-1 after 2 rounds of play, and SemperX going with a force buy. I mean, it makes complete sense to force into this round because the economy on Entity Gaming isn't that great either. So they can instantly force them back onto a force buy of their own or an eco. But as we've seen, and how the meta has developed currently, is that teams will continue force buying until one or the other teams strings 2 rounds in a row. That's when you push the full eco coming in from the team that has lost the 2 rounds in a row. Otherwise, it's going to be a force buy galore left, right, and center. And we have seen a lot of teams, not just in India, like teams everywhere across the globe have been using the same technique. Recently, if you were watching Astralis versus FaZe, sorry, SK versus FaZe, that happened. And that nade landing on Krish's lap, and Krish does get spotted out by Xcali. In the meantime, A-Star finding the kill onto Mythil, and look at this cheeky boost coming in for Sniper Nest. But Ribby should be aware, might be able to catch it out. Oh, does spot out Hunter, and that's the bomb down. That is quite atrocious. In the meantime, Sai getting tagged down to 19 points of health. And Ribby, oh, Foxy does get the drop onto him, and Sai is so very low, he also falls to the deal of Impale. And now it's down to a 4v3, sorry, 2v3. And, well, what can SemperX do? Ace's position here, though, might just prove to be the ace in the hole. Sorry for the pun, but that's just whatever I could think of. And look at that, A-Star gets one. Can he get the kill onto Foxy? Oh, runs out of bullets at the worst possible time. Pulls out the USP, but unable to convert the kill. But Ace does pop up from Palace and get the kill, and managing to recover that AK-47. That means now SemperX will have to go for the eco because they've lost 2 rounds in a row. And that should mean that it's 3-1 to Entity Esports. Entity Gaming, my bad. So far, so good. Entity bouncing right back after that first round defeat to SemperX. It's stringing 2 rounds in a row together, and look at that. All rifles out across the board. And wait, what? SemperX going in for a force buy. All right, so the buy that's coming in from Entity right now is perfect. Oh, but Ribby, I didn't think he anticipated the force by Impale. They're doing a ton of damage onto Ribby. He's down to 30 points of health. Essentially takes him out of the round, but in the meantime, Sai does peek out with the AWP and gets the kill over by B-Shot on mid. And A-Star also has taken a spot of damage, but the man advantage lying squarely in favor of Entity Gaming right now. So they don't need to aggress anymore. They can actually hold off on the aggression early round, wait, and push later on at some point in the map. Okay, then one player has timed out, but that's the player who went down. So no harm, no foul. It's still a 4v3. Oh, sorry, 4v5. And it's shaping up to be an A hit. Ace just jump spotting T-Ram. In the meantime, Ribby has made his way over to Ninja Box or Firebox, and he's gonna just play the waiting game. There is no Palace presence, so they are gonna be streaming out of T-Ram, and the nade's gonna go sailing in, and lands squarely on top of 2 players. They do take a bit of damage, and that Molotov's gonna hold off the push. In the meantime, Krish has taken so much damage in the form of just nade damage. It's just crazy. And A-Star just playing by the edge of the smoke. Ace pushes out, spots all 3 players. Trying to tap away, trying to land that cheeky headshot. Ribby is just playing the game of patience. A-Star in the meantime gets 1. Ace gets 2. Ace and Ribby. Everyone chimes in with kills of their own. And that force buy was kind of ill-conceived. See, now they'll have to eco, because I think after the latest update, 2900 is the max loss bonus that you can get. Latest update, because of the operation, I think they've changed around the loss bonus. So you can't get more than 2900. So they should eco this, maybe go for upgraded pistols, but that's about it, nothing more. And Mythil is going. I'm not a big fan of this. He's gonna have 4,100. He's gonna have $4,050 in the next round, so he's gonna go armor, AK, and 1 smoke, maybe 3 smokes. So should be a fast play onto the B bomb side, or some kind of fast play just to try and get the bomb down. Excali just spraying away through the box, trying to land a kill. Or at least do some damage with that spam damage. Alas, it's not going to land right now. They do hear Foxy and Hunter. They're making a lot of noise over by the B apps. That smoke's going to push off. Alrighty then. The B shot push coming in, and Ribby, A-Star, Sai, they're all just chiming in with kills left, right, and center. And it's now all down to Krish, who will fall to Excali. Yet another very fast round, and Entity, they're just blazing through these rounds. 4-1 is the score to Entity Gaming. And SemperX, now they'll finally come in with the buy. As I said, Mythil not going to have much in terms of utility. The rest of the team, not so much. Krish, Hunter, Foxy, Impale all have decent amount of nades to work with. So the entire team, they have 5 smokes. 1, 2, 3 Molotovs, 4 HE grenades, and 3 flashbangs to work with. So not bad in terms of utility. But obviously, they're going to go up against a superior buy in terms of utility from Entity Gaming. They have all the money in the world. Right now, the poorest member on their team is, well, Sai, who's on 5 grand. So they can comfortably buy into the next round as well. So as chat informs me, loss bonus was fixed today. So that's good to know. I was actually wondering why they'd mess around with the loss bonus. Really haven't had time to do anything much today. Lots of work. But yeah, so it's a good thing that loss bonus is fixed. And in the meantime, Impale does find Ribby. Ribby playing by connector, peeking out at the worst possible moment, and Impale is there to oblige him with a quick headshot. That brings it down to a 4v5 man advantage for the first time in a very long time for SemperX. And they should use it judiciously and not, squander away this hard-earned man advantage. The round hinges on how they decide to play it from this point forward, and Sai is going to take a very aggressive angle with the op. Rattles off a shot, makes his presence known, at least in order to dissuade the opponents from pushing. And it is looking like it's going to be a B hit with a, bit of a diversion play over by the A bomb side. That smoke not really working out. And no one's really falling for it. The rotation not really coming in. Sai still holding steady over by the B bomb side. Excali spots out Foxy. Sai needs to be careful. And Foxy does go down. Excali playing that very well. And Sai does get the kill onto Mythil as well. That's bomb down. And that is exactly what I was talking about. The squandering of the man advantage is exactly what happened. The split play not really working out in the favor of Entity Esports, of SemperX, and there we go, Sai Easy peasy 3K. And he is feeling it today. So what happened with Entity in the brutality match was that no one apart from A-Star showed up. And that doesn't look to be the case today. Excali is hitting his shots. Sai is hitting his shots. And when these two are in the server and A-Star is there to just help you and along with Ace and Ribby, that is what makes Entity such a force to be reckoned with. And that is something that Entity has going in their favor that very few teams can answer. The sheer firepower that they bring to the table is more or less, goes unanswered for most teams in India. It is just bar none. It is that good when they're all showing up on the server and they're all playing. And it's going to be a fast A hit. Ace throwing on that Molotov, and that smoke's going to actually cover his escape more than anything else. And whoa, kills coming in left, right, and center. Sai somehow still alive in the middle of the bomb site. I really don't know how he's still alive. Will hear the plant going down and gets the bomb planted down as well. Sai, back-to-back 3Ks for him and surviving on 3 HP. In the meantime, Foxy, in a 1v3 situation, he has full health. He has health to work with, but Excali is going to pop out of jungle and, just slice his head clean off. 6 rounds on the board, and yet again, another fast round. Just these plays are not working for SemperX. And somehow, that round just came down to some masterful evasion tactics from Sai. He just somehow managed to stay alive on 3 HP for the longest of time in the middle of the bomb site. So yeah, Sai this time going for the mid peak. Oh, he's gonna be contested. Hunter is with got it. Hunter has his favorite gun out, that is the AWP. But right now, Hunter is just 1 assist away from joining Her Majesty's Secret Service. His score right now reading 0, 1, and 7. If only he hadn't gotten that 1 assist, he would have been part of MI6 and 007. But I like what Sai is doing right now. So he went for the aggro peak mid, didn't spot anybody, saw the crossing smoke go down. So he knows that, okay, there might be bodies mid, be careful. So there might be one underpass, might be one high mid at least. And he doesn't want to take that fight. He's going and withdrawing to a much safer location. And there's the smoke that comes down from underpass. And double smoke, there's kind of a waste of utility there on part of SemperX. And they're going to be making their way up connector right now. There's 3 players over by the A bomb side and A-Star playing mid. And oh, look at that. Oh, Krish. Just not accounting for the aggro play from Ace and that smoke, that flashbang also catching Impale smack bang in the middle of the face. Be careful, and there's bomb down. Ace has bomb control. This round is more or less done and dusted with, and Sai is now going to spot over connector. What a shot onto Foxy. This man is the scalping machine right now. He's just feeling every shot, and he has shown up in full force in the server. Now Mithil is in a 1v4 situation. A-Star spotting him without that flower bed really helped masking his movements, and A-Star with the final kill onto Mithil. It's gonna be 7-1 after 8 rounds of play. This is getting dire. Really dire right now for SemperX. It's just, they really have no answer for Entity going into any round. Gun round, eco, you forget it. They just cannot find a crack in the armor that is Entity Gaming right now. Sai is going absolutely nuts. He's hitting some crazy shots, and now he's going to peek over mid. Needs to be careful. Oh, look at the presence of mind, and lands the kill. Obviously, he's going to land the kill. Going back for more, that's not the right decision, but A-Star is there for the assist. He's going to restore the man advantage back in the favor, but okay, taking a lot of damage over by that hut. Chucks in a nade and does a lot of damage onto Impale and Foxy. And there we go. Ribby gets the kill onto Impale in the meantime. Down to a 3v2. 2 players still over by the A-bomb side. Bomb is still in T-spawn. So that's the thing, right? There's a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. And there's just still... Okay, 2 quick kills. Foxy and Impale. Foxy and Krish just bring it down to a 1v2. Still, it is Excali. Never count the man out. This man is a very potent threat against any team. Even alone, he can make all the difference. He has come out with huge clutches in the past in this tournament. So let's see what he can bring to the table. Every time I spec him, he has a different knife. So yeah, he's doing something right. Bomb does go down, and it is a B-shot plant. So This is the perfect plan that could have come in. Krish has retrieved the AWP as well. Excali does get the kill onto Foxy, but now needs to clear out every angle under the sun. He doesn't have a smoke, so that's not really going to help much. And look at that, Foxy. Krish. He knows exactly where Krish is playing from, but Krish with the AWP just a tad bit faster than Excali lands the shot, and finally SemperX put their second round on the board. Excuse me, but here's the problem. They lost 4 players in that round. That means going forward, they're going to have a very muted buy in this round. Impale going with a UMP, not the best gun after the current update to the gun. Better to go with the Galil and sacrifice on some utility, but if you want to run utility on a mixed half-ish buy, you have to go for the There's no other choice. So what to do? Bomb is making its way to the B bomb site. Impale will push underpass. And meantime, Sai, just B shot, spotting it out, rattling a few shots off, trying to deny the T's the map control that is also essential in a game of Counter-Strike. For the terrorist side, map control is everything, which is why a map like Cobblestone is so T-sided, is because so much of the map control is handed on a silver platter to the terrorists right off the bat, which is why it is one of the maps that is extremely T-sided. Most maps are fairly CT-sided because T's have to fight tooth and nail to get map control. That's what makes Cobblestone a very T-sided map, is the lack of any map control that is afforded to the CTs. Oh, and Sai lands the shot onto Krish, but it is through the drywall, so it's gonna take off some damage, and Krish just barely surviving that altercation on 17 points of health. In the meantime, Sai has retreated to a much more passive position, and Ace finding the kill onto Hunter. So Krish is on all but his last breath, and Hunter is already down for the count. What's his score? Hunter 0, 1, and 10. This man hasn't shown up, and Ribby finding the kill on a Foxy, but does get immediately traded by Mithil. But that's not going to help the case of the T's. Sai, in the meantime, does fall down to Mithil as well. Oh, and Mithil is just feeling it. He's just come out huge in this round. A-Star pushing through the snow, gets the bomb planted. Krish, so very low, goes down as well. A-Star needs to come out huge, and Mithil all alone in a 1v2 situation. Does get spotted out, spots out A-Star. Spots out both the players. Oh, I don't think he spotted out the second player, but it doesn't matter. A-Star with the quick 3K. Clutching out that round and doing a hop of victory right there before defusing the bomb. That, or maybe he hit spacebar by mistake, whatever. A-Star. So while Mithil went huge with the 3K for his team, A-Star just doing A-Star things, pushing smokes, getting kills left, right, and center. And that's 8 rounds on the board for Entity Gaming, and SemperX now facing the dreaded hard reset. That is the worst fears being realized right now. And I think Hunter timed out that previous round before dying because his score is still the same, 0, 1, and 10. As was at the beginning of the last round. And it's going to be a fast play. Oh, Sai, uncharacteristic miss from him. He's going to chuck a nade inside, and it's not really going to do anything. Oh, but look at this. Look at this. Mithil and Excali, they've literally just walked past each other and really getting shot in the butt. But A-Star replying with a quick kill. Excali, in the meantime, does find Impale. It is going to be an A hit, and A spraying away. Gets 1, gets 2. Oh, no. Now, that was Sai, who finally pulls out the pistol and gets Foxy. And Ace does find the kill. So, more or less a team ace. A-Star with a 2K. Ribby, the only player going down with a single kill. Alright, SemperX, I think this would be the best time to actually call for a timeout and reevaluate and reassimilate like what's going on. Like just recuperate from the drubbing that you've been receiving so far. Hunter just not showing up to this game at all. Literally nothing that he's doing has been working out, and Ace is just... This A defense has just been bullying SemperX every time they come out. And Sai is going to be holding mid with the AWP. They're not really going to push it, not going to force the issue. I like this. They're taking their time, SemperX, so that, you know, the players who are playing the early aggro positions rotate off. That means some amount of mid control is relinquished by the CTs. The idea for any CT side playing Mirage should be to get, you know, early and mid-round control of mid. This is the most crucial region in the map like Mirage, because if you look at the map overlay, And you can literally cut the map in half if you have mid control and then decide to do whatever the hell you want. It is your playground at that point of time. And we do have some connector aggression coming in. Ace in sandwich, so Sai needs to be careful. I don't think anyone's spotting connector. This can be huge. This can be the round that actually changes. And there we go. Impale gets the drop on the side. And the problem was that no one was spotting connector. A-Star does fall to Hunter. This is going from bad to worse. And now Ace is like, where do I look? Whom do I shoot? Tries to get the spray down onto Impale, but doesn't manage to do so. Impale getting the kill onto Ace. Impale on 10 points of health. It's down to a 2v4. Finally, something working out and for SemperX. But that's oh, what a shot from Hunter. Hunter chiming in with his first kill for the round. First kill of the game so far. Ladies and gentlemen, oh no, he's gotten 2 this round. That's good. Hunter finally opening his, his book. And there we go. 3 players down. That is kind of foolish to go for the hunt at this point. They don't have the money. This hunt isn't justified and they lose the 4th rifle as well. So this is basically SemperX just shooting themselves in the foot. They're going for hunts that they don't need to go for. And, well, they end up losing 2 too many rifles that round. The magic number is saving 3 rifles. That allows you to actually build an economy and start spreading around the economy and making the most out of your buys. But look at this. They have 5 AK-47s, but they have literally little to no utility going forwards into this round. And that is not how you win a game of Counter-Strike. On the other hand, because Entity have been doing such a bang-up job of keeping players alive and winning rounds on the trot, they're going to have a field time. And look at this. Excali is going to push underpass. Oh, spots out Krish. Foxy needs to be careful. There is very good trade potential coming in, and Foxy does spot him out. And now Excali needs to hightail it out of there. There are 2 players over there. He can get overwhelmed and does the smart thing, backs out. But now there's no mid presence. And Ribby getting flashbang to oblivion. That smoke's going to cover off their retreat. It's so smart. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, but Mythil expecting that boost coming out from from Ace and Excali, and gets the drop onto them. Down goes Excali, and that's man advantage for the T's for the 2nd round in a row. Ace smoking himself out, gets 1 kill, gets to Ace, just going absolutely bananas right now. Quick double kill, and immediately man advantage wrestled from the T's, while Sai boosts himself up into this spotting market. Ribby in the meantime getting the kill onto Hunter. Hunter just not having a good game. 3 players over by A. They should be rotating right now because Sai is going to have a lot of aggression coming his way very, very soon. Oh, the timing. Oh, does spot out 1 player, but Fox is there. He's feeling it and he decapitates Sai. And now the retake should be on in full earnest. Ace already on the quick flank. And Krish spotting B short, and there's 1. So there's 2 players pushing underpass. Okay, that is interesting. And 1 player coming out from Palace. That is Ribby with the AWP. But it is going to come down to Ace and Krish goes down. That is not what the doctor ordered, leaving Foxy in a 1v3. And Ribby is already kind of aware of where the final player there is. Foxy is playing from, gets 1, unable to get the 2nd kill, gets double peeked, and from both sides, you can't really do much at that point. A-Star and Ribby, double peak of dreams, but Ace that round yet again, a 3k for him. Look at the scores on Entity. Everyone is chiming in. A-Star sitting on 18 kills. He's just gone absolutely ham. Sai is on 14. Ribby is on 11. Ace is on 10. Excali is on 9. They've all done their parts. They've all they've all done their parts. They're doing their jobs. They're fulfilling their roles. And they're getting the trades. They're just playing simple, basic Counter-Strike. That double peek at the end, so Foxy was alone. They could have peeked him 1 by 1 and, gone slack. There's leading 10-3. But that's not the case of what's happening here. Entity, each and every player has showed up today, and they are doing their jobs right down to the T. And look at that. Yet another force spike coming out from SemperX. Excali, he's going to be the first line of contact over here. By Van in the B bomb side. It looks like it's going to be a fast B play, and A-Star should be relaying that message. That Molotov though does get extinguished. Not the smartest thing to do. A-Star now the sole defender already getting the kill onto Impale, and they're going to back off. In the meantime, Ribby finds Krish, and see, this is not what I'm a big fan of. They're so isolated here. There's no trades coming in. Mythil all by his lonesome although he will not be spotted. That is the key here. But Ace already has an inkling that there might be a flank coming in. Mythil not looking, and but the presence of mind on this player is just absolutely bar none. And he saw that he had an inkling that there might be a flank coming in. They've already been caught off guard once with that playthrough connector. So just having that presence of mind to just check his 6 o'clock. And that's what's making the difference. Every player has showed up. And look, Ace again, repositioning over by benches, spots out Hunter with the bomb as well. And Hunter, why is he peeking that angle? I have no idea. And A-Star cleaning things up with a kill on a Foxy. And just Excali going down that round. And again, a brace for Ace, a brace for A-Star. And they're just, everybody is going absolutely ham on Entity Gaming right now. There we go, 11-3, final round of the half, and they have nothing to work with here, SemperX. Tech 9s across the board, 2 Deagles, 3 Tech 9s armor, and a couple of smokes, 5 smokes to be exact. So, looks like it's gonna be a very scrappy and fast round. And look at Sai. Sai, the reads that are coming out from Entity right now, very good. Although Sai might just get overwhelmed. I think he'll be expecting at least, at the most, 1 or 2 players coming out from Palace, but there's gonna be 3 players who are gonna come bum rushing out of Palace very soon. That flashbang, oh, Sai spots it. Sai spots it, but he does get blinded. Again blinded, and no one's checking this. Finally, someone does check it, but it's a little too late. Krish does get taken really, really low, and Ace does fall down as well. A-Star getting a kill with the smoke, and spots out Foxy. Rattling off shot after shot, but not really landing any shots there. Oh, Excali, quick brace for him. That gives A-Star and himself some chance in the round, because they're all so low. Krish, 12 points of health. Hunter, 24. Hunter has recovered the AWP. So he has something going for him. He's not made on anything, nothing. It's going to come down to raw fragging. Hunter's position is given away because he shot that AWP. And Impale does go down. It's going to be a 1v2 double peek, but it's not even going to matter because A-Star is going to come careening out of the corner like a bat out of hell and grab that quick 3K to see off the first half. And he's going to end the first half at 23 frags, 3 assists, and 6 deaths. This man, someone give him a raise. He has showed up game after game, round after round, time after time. So yeah. Excuse me. Tuberculosis. Big problem. Big problem. In the meantime, 12-3, SemperX. Now they do finally start on the CT side, which is the favored side on Mirage. But 12 rounds is just such a commanding lead. It's going to be hard to come back from this. But don't count SemperX out. It isn't over till the fat lady sings. And 5 sets of armor onto SemperX. No kits whatsoever. And over on the T side, A-Star and Ace running utility. Ace going with the P250. Ribby needs to be careful. Impale is watching Palace like a hawk. It is shaping up to be an A hit. There's 2 players over by A. They do have 2 smokes to work with. Most likely it's going to go down for stairs and CT. Jungle should be the ideal spot to actually... jungle and CT should be the ideal spots that you should be smoking off on a pistol round. So the smokes do go out. Where are they coming in for? And it is a jungle smoke. And I think... Yeah, jungle smoke and a CT smoke. But Krish just doing absolute God's own work right now. Getting one. Oh, tagging Impale. Tagging Sai through the boxes as well. It's down to a 5v2. And Ribby just losing the plot here. Not able to get the kills that he required. And there we go. Hunter and Impale see off the round. And SemperX picking up what they absolutely needed in the pistol round. 12-4. And now they can actually start, you know, bringing out, like trying to claw their way back into the game. Oh, Ribby eating that nade. But Impale needs to be careful. I don't think he expects... Oh, does spot out Ribby, but Ribby. Close range Tech 9, you ain't got a chance. And Excali, what a sweet 1D onto Krish. Bringing it down to a 5v3. And what is even happening? Like, it's just... they keep winning these force buys. They lose the pistol and just immediately bounce back on the force buy. Mythil does find Sai. Excali spots out Hunter, rattles off a shot, gets him down to 70 points of health. That nade's gonna come sailing in and blows up right underneath Excali. He's gonna get brought down to 61 points of health. And Mythil needs to be careful. A-Star goes barreling in with the Tech 9, gets one. Hunter has been spotted out. He has a full clip. And Hunter's corpse goes up flying to the heavens and falls with a dull thud. That is his lifeless body. And now it's down to Foxy with 6 points of health and a UMP. Not the best weaponry to be taking. And at this point, the Deagle and the UMP in the current meta with the recent update is going to be the preferred weaponry. Excali spots him out as well. Bomb has gone down. That smoke. It's going to work out, but Excali might as well push it and get it done and dusted with. Because A-Star should have told him that Foxy is on his deathbed. And there we go. Ace peeks out a CD spawn and ends Foxy. And with it, what hopes and dreams SemperX would have had of mounting a comeback. All right, SemperX, they had one shot, one opportunity, but they kind of let that slip. Yes, I know what I'm quoting, chill. But yeah, in the meantime, Entity is just going on a rampage. Hunter, in the meantime, does find A-Star, though. A-Star, that mid-aggression really paying off. Hunter with that Deagle, he just completely shut down that mid-play. And only taking one shot, that is basically 26 points of damage. I think that's a very good trade-off. And look at where Hunter immediately repositioning himself over by Sniper Nest. Very smart play coming in from Hunter. Like, I think he's finally come into his own, but it's a little too late in my opinion. In the meantime, Foxy, it is a force buy coming in. Like I said, it makes complete sense to keep forcing until one team strings 2 rounds in a row. That is what happened when SemperX was on the T side, and that's what's happening when now they're on the CT side. But Hunter, finally does get taken down. Excali getting the drop on him. Excali does take some damage in return, but it's nothing serious. Ace, in the meantime, is going to be pushing B apps. It looks like it's going to be a pincer play towards the B bomb site. A lot of presence over by Connector. The smoke comes down. That's going to block off Connector completely, and that's going to allow safe passage for the T's over through B. Short, and Mythil missing the shot, and Excali is not going to miss those. And Foxy is playing on the boost spot or the ninja spot. Does spot out one player. That trigger is still not really working out for him, and Ace and Ribby just cleaning out that B defense. In the meantime, Krish does find the kill onto Excali, but he's been spotted out. He's the last remaining survivor. He's tapping away with the P250, but that's all she wrote. And down goes Krish, and 14 rounds on the board for Entity Gaming. Alrighty, SemperX 4, Entity Gaming 14. Nifty little smoke. I think that is the smoke to block off crossing. Yep. A-Star in the meantime opening things up with a kill onto Impale. Not stopping there, gets the kill on Krish as well. That leaves Hunter, the lone survivor, over the A-bomb side, and he's gonna get dinked down to 14 points of health almost instantly. There's like literally no quarters given. They're just being taken to the cleaners here, and Hunter, again, A-Star is just on a tear. But will they be expecting this flank is the question. Mythil and Foxy are already on the, what's it called, flank. And Foxy does spot out Excali, taps away, unable to find the kill. What were you doing there, Foxy? Just patience. Patience is all you need in Excali. Okay, then. Look, see, what Mythil did there is the right way to use the P250 at range. Slow taps. Not spraying like a bat out of hell. Anyway, A-Star's just not... I don't think he's happy about the fact that Excali stole his ace. A-Star finishing that round with 4 kills. But, yeah. Map point for Entity Gaming, and I don't think they've even broken a sweat this time around. It's just been It's just been the A-star show across the board. He's on 29 frags. I mean, this is the very definition of showing up. But it's not just A-star. He's gotten the kills, no doubt, but he's also done, like, his teammates have played the game so well that he's been allowed that freedom. And in the meantime, Sai just going crazy, getting a double kill. But it's down to a 3v3. There's going to be more. Sai, jumping at the worst possible moment, but Ace does find Mythil, brings it down to a 2v2. Hunter with the 3k. Ace getting spotted out by Hunter. He's on the Ace. Can he get it is the question. Bomb is way over by high mid. He can just get it and go over to B and plant it and maybe secure. I think a 1v2 post plant is very, very doable. There's a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock and there's just 3 people left. That is how fast this round got over. This is just crazy. And no one's marking cross. No one's marking B short. I mean, this is just easy passage for Ribby. But Ribby doesn't know this. So he's going to be methodical. He is one of the most experienced players. He has a very, very high capacity thinking going on when it comes to the game. He doesn't go YOLO. He's very methodical. He'll clear every corner and play the game like it's meant to be played. And it is the right call to head over towards the B bomb site. He's just going to chill out by ladder room for a while. See what he's doing right now, checking these corners and just trying to isolate 1v1s should they present it to him. But I don't think SemperX are in any mood. It is the right call going out for them. They've decided to group up and play for the retake. Like, should Ribby come to the A bomb site, well and good. If not, they're going to play for the retake. Ribby is going to plant at empty pillar. It's the safe plant. Smoke off market. He's going to play by market, or by the bomb site itself. All right. Completely blinded, rattles off a shot, makes his position known. Hunter is coming from B short. Can he get the ace is the question. Getting tagged up and Hunter sprays away. Ribby, unfortunately, unable to land the kill. He brought down both players so low. Hunter was already on 46 points of health and Foxy brought down to 6, but just unable to clean up the spray enough to get the kill. But SemperX managed to put the 5th round on the board and scores are 15-5. Entity Gaming still have 10 map points. So I think they can try out a few different strats here and there. Something they've been, saving for a rainy day. And they're going to go in for they can buy up completely. They have enough money. Ribby will go for an UMP or... Okay, he's also... Okay then. Very good buy coming out from Entity Gaming. But yet again, it's going to be a weird buy for SemperX to say the least. They have 4 rifles. And they have the nades to work with. So it's not that bad, but... A-Star is going to make his way safely. Oh, Hunter getting caught with his pants down, nade out in hand, and A-Star getting already tagged down. Oh, burning Hunter. So Hunter burns A-Star down, but A-Star does find the kill onto Mythil. 4v4. Hunter already on 37 points of health. Not really the best of HPs to work with. Oh, but look at that. Hunter gets to drop onto Ribby. This man has just gone completely crazy. In the meantime, Krish with the UMP playing the perfect range there just by the edge of the smoke. Very aggressive over by A-Ramp. But there's no one going to push A-Ramp right now. It looks like they're going to be making their way towards A-Ramp later on while Ace pincers it. Oh, Impale spotting out Ace and Ace just completely whipping his spray. And now it's again down to a 4v2. But now it's Sai and Xcali, the dynamic duo, the golden boys of Indian CS. What can they do? And Krish holding this aggressive angle. UMP, the perfect gun. Spots on the barrel, starts spraying, gets one, unable to land the second. But Xcali, he's on 21 points of health. Bomb has been spotted. He's in a 1v3. This is very, very difficult for Xcali right now. That Molotov is going to force off Hunter from stairs. And he's just going to use the gap in this smoke to try and peek out and make his way maybe over to Palace. Impale is solo. So is Hunter, but Hunter's going to peek out the edge of the smoke. Oh! Xcali spots him. Perfect usage of utility there. Flashbang to go out, but Impale already just circling behind him and getting the drop on him. SemperX putting the 6th round on the board. And now finally Entity will have... And just as I was going to complete that sentence and saying finally Entity might just have to eco, they go out and start forcing into this round. Look, this was the problem with them when they were playing Brutality, that they just never ecoed. But right now it makes sense. They have 9 rounds to spare, but this is Counter-Strike and these things these leads evaporate before your eyes, even before you know it. So you need to be careful. You can't squander away such a commanding lead just on a whim. So they have 3 Tech 9s, 1 AK out onto Excali, and 1 P250 to work with. Shouldn't be going for a very fast play, but look at that. The utility already pretty much depleted on SemperX. They have 1 nade, 1 Molotov, sorry, 2 HE nades, 4 flashbangs, and 1 Molotov remaining. So they can actually go for a fast hit onto any bomb site right about now. They will catch off guard. They will get caught off guard, and there we go. The smokes come raining in. Oh, Ace getting dinked through the smoke and finally does get taken down by Krish, but Krish does fall to A-Star, who's made his way out onto the bomb set. Finally does go down. Excali in the meantime does pick up Mythil, and he's still alive. Excali is still alive. The danger man with the AK. Oh, but he's gonna get taken down, but Sai comes out, gets 2 kills, and Sai just doing Sai things. It's down to a 1v1, and Sai has a lot of time to work with. Will get the reload in as well. Foxy, can he spot him out? No! Sai is gonna end it in style with a 3K. An Entity win a round that actually they win the map on a round that they have no business winning a force by, and SemperX just dropping the ball in that round. Anyway, folks, that's it from me for tonight. Hope to see you again tomorrow, where it's gonna be Entity versus Dare to Dream. I think tomorrow's game is gonna be Entity versus D2D. And I hope you guys had fun. Do hit that like button, and as always, do subscribe to ESL India. That's all from me. Entity Gaming winning 16-6 against SemperX. Great game of Counter-Strike as always. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, 8 p.m. sharp for amazing Indian Counter-Strike. Good night, folks.
It just seems like Entity Gaming's new logo and new identity is paving new paths for them. You see total domination there on the map. What amazing map control, just like our chief Fed put it across to everybody watching us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India. This map, Mirage, was utter catastrophe for SemperX. 6 rounds won out of the entirety, and 16-6 the final score in favor of Entity Gaming says and seals the deal that Entity Gaming is out for blood, and they will leave no stone unturned for it. Well played, boys. Well played indeed, and hard luck, SemperX. Maybe, like I keep saying, a little bit homework can always improve in the next game onwards. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the phase 2 of the summer season of ESL India Premiership 2017, and this also brings us to the end of the Day 11 live stream. Remember, guys, if you guys want to be a part of the phase 3 of the summer season, the registrations are open right about now. There should be a link on the screen. All you gotta do is follow the link and go on to the page it takes you and register for the games you want to participate in. It's as simple as that, like point and click, point and click. Alright people, we'll call it tonight, but tomorrow again we'll be back with more CSGO action, Dota 2 and Clash Royale. Best of I hope Clash Royale. But for now, it's me Vagish Gotslevan signing off. Remember people, this is the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season brought to you by Open by HP, HyperX and Zawiya BenQ, and of course organized by Northern Gaming. Have a good night.